Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from the thrift store and I'm feeling like this is gonna be a combo vlog. But I'm thinking, I want to show you what I got because I'm thinking that I'm going to make bags, like quilted bags for a lot of people for Christmas. So I went to the thrift store and I'm gonna have to go a couple of times, but I found some fabric for it. So I need to get the tags off and go downstairs and throw them in the washer first. But I think it's time for fall. Like the temperature went down a little bit in St. Louis, and I just feel like if I embrace fall now, it will make like these last 2 months of hot weather a little bit more bearable. And that's probably just me being a little bit delusional, but here we are. So downstairs, after I put these in the wash, I need to look through all of our boxes of stuff, like my seasonal decor, and then bring it all up here and start decorating. And then I was thinking we could talk about like my fall TBR, which to be honest is probably gonna kind of echo my August TBR. I don't know what it is, but like I just have not been in the mood to read. I wouldn't say I'm in like a slump. I just like don't feel like reading. And I feel like a slump would be like I want to read, like I try to read, and I just like can't get into it. Maybe that's the same thing. Anyway, I got a bunch of like floral fabrics. There's bed sheets, there's curtains, like these are curtains, and actually this is some fabric. But I really like this pattern. I don't know if I'll use this, but I could probably use it for another project, so whatever. I've already told Sean that I'm gonna be decorating this week at some point. He probably is not expecting today. He's like, he's out of the house right now. He's at work. Oh, and I also got 2 books. I got 2 books for my niece. This one's a little bit more chewed up than I thought initially, but I think it's still cute. So learn about strangers, stranger danger. I think that one's gonna be good for my niece. And then I love you through and through at Christmas too. It was cute. Okay, watch out. Can you move? She's just laying on it. Can you move? Thank you. Okay, so obviously this stuff is fall, this stuff is fall. I think pretty much everything else is Christmas. That's Christmas, that's random stuff. Yeah, I think it's just these 2. I want to get another, sorry, I don't mean to make you all dizzy, but I want to get another one of these big shelves and maybe put it, or maybe even 2 more and put them right here. But anyway, I want to take a look at this second one to see if I even actually have anything in here to bring. Yeah, I'm going to bring this little jar, and I think that's the only thing in here really. So that's even easier. I only have 1 box then. I don't really put anything outside. Our neighborhood does not have almost any kids, like no one trick-or-treats. I know, sad. So I really don't put anything outside except for like my doormat, but I already have that out there. Yeah. I'm not doing anything like super aesthetic, to be honest. It's not perfect and my house is a mess, but whatever. Okay. Let's talk about my fall TBR and what I'm hoping to get to. Why did I grab this one? This is not what I wanted to grab. Hang on. I had to take off my shoes because I'm about to have a heat stroke. I don't know why both of the dogs are in here right now. This place is a mess. There's all these boxes and stuff in the corner from Sean's stuff. We had such limited storage in this house, and I had my little siblings and my little cousins over this last weekend, so we had to like put stuff somewhere out of the way. And so it is still there in the corner of my office. But anyway, I have my laptop because what I brought in is not all that I want to read, but I'm feeling like it's going to be sort of more of a fantasy fall for me. I just feel like that's kind of like what I'm leaning towards. There are a couple like random ones here and there, I think, but for the most part, fantasy, maybe a little literary fiction. There is a memoir that I'm wanting to read, but I think their name is Allison something. I don't know why I can't remember it, but I'll put it up here. I'm really interested in reading that memoir. I don't know what it is about kind of celebrity memoirs. It's weird to say like I enjoyed reading, actually I listened to the audiobook, but Jeanette McCurdy's book that she wrote about her childhood, incredibly written. I feel like she's the one that narrates it in the audiobook, and it was just really good. Let me find my list. Where's my list? I think I've written my fall TBR a couple of times and like listed it out, and I feel like it's changed every single time, and not like by a couple, but like the full list has changed. So like technically fall starts in September and kind of goes through November, but it's gonna be hard for me to stay in fall mode once it hits October even, because like I'm gonna be ready to go for Christmas, and I'm just a big Christmas girl. What can I say? So whatever, it is what it is. But with that being said, like I mentioned earlier, like I don't know what it's been, I just have not been interested in reading. That could change really quickly for me. All of these books on my list are ones that I've really been wanting to tackle. So let's go over the ones that I have here physically first. This first one is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. The series is somehow tied to the Caraval series, and I loved the Caraval series. So I'm very interested in reading this, and I would love to dive back into this world. Speaking of, I'm only saying that because there's another series that reminds me of Caraval as well that's not tied to them whatsoever, and that is I don't know what the series is called. What is the series called? Phantasma? I know Phantasma was the first book, but Kaylee Smith is the author, and the second book, Enchanted, came out a while ago now. But I've really been wanting to read that, so that's definitely on my list. I just don't have the physical book, and I don't think I'm going to buy it unless I really, really enjoy it. The next one, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've talked about this one before, that I've had it for a couple of months. I think I got it for my birthday. I've just been a little hesitant to read it because I'm nervous, basically, of the emotional impact of it. When I bought it, I wasn't in like the greatest headspace to have like emotional trauma from a book. But I feel like I'm in a halfway decent spot now that I could. And I literally have not seen a single person say anything bad about this book. So it's just like encouraging me to read it for sure. The next one, I know this was on my list. I think Guild was as well. But this is The Well of Ascension. This is the second book in the Mistborn trilogy. This is another one. I just really want to get back into this world, and I'm so interested to see where the author takes it, because I don't know, these books are like hefty. They don't look like it, but these are bigger books. This one's smaller books. This is like a horrible comparison, but they're big, very floppy, very like fun to read, but there's a lot in these books to get through, so they're like quite the task, I would say. And like I just showed Guild, I am a few pages in, like that's all I'm in so far. It's interesting. I wouldn't say like it's like consuming my thoughts at this point, but we'll just see where it goes. Accomplice to the Villain. This, I am not kidding. Like, this has been a 5-star series for me so far. First book 5 stars, second book 5 stars. fully believe that this is also going to be a 5 stars. And it's not because I would say that like the writing itself is incredible. And even like the plot, it's not like super intricate either. I think it's solely based off of vibes and the characters, and it just feels so nostalgic. Sometimes has like random gory details, and like it's just hilarious. It's such a funny book. I would love to see this like on TV at some point, like a TV series or something. It would be so funny. But it kind of reminds me of like, you know how Hoodwinked was as a movie? Like, you know how that was written? It's kind of like that. Kind of, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. And I can't even really explain why, but it's just like the vibes. It's like funny and it's just a good time. Also, I am a little bit pissed off about the sprayed edges on this one. For some reason, like, I know everyone is like up in arms about the sprayed edges on paperbacks recently. And for the most part, I would say it doesn't bother me. On this one, it does, just because like it looks like a really shitty printing of the green for some reason. Like it's very washed out for some reason on this, and I am not really sure why. I think I think the second book that I have of this series is also it also has the sprayed edges, and I don't think that they're like this. So it's, I don't know, it's almost like you can see like the ink fading out, and it just looks kind of shitty, but whatever. The next book, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This is gonna be definitely like the setting of fall, and I feel like this is gonna be one that I'm gonna read like more October-ish, if I had to guess, just because it's like the gothic setting. And I'm definitely gonna feel that way whenever we're getting like more so into the cooler weather than like right now, I would think. But definitely interested in this. This is another one that I've heard like only good things. And I loved the One Dark Window. What is that called? One Dark Window? The duology. I loved both of those books. So I'm very interested to see like this author's writing in another sort of format. I've heard it's similar in the fact that they were both like gothic series. But yeah, definitely interested. The other couple are more so like, I think they're more like cozy fantasy romance books, like romantasy books. And it's The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I'm sorry if I just butchered that name. But I think that one's been like kind of the quintessential fall book for some reason. And then the other one, I have the second book for some reason, and I don't know why. I think I must have gotten it from a library sale, but The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. So if I like the first one, then I can just go straight into the second one. And the last one, I might end up pushing to more so like the winter. I've been thinking about this book for a while. I just haven't picked it up yet. But it's The Women by Kristen Hanna. This is going to be one it's like a historical fiction. And I definitely have to be in the mood for something like that. I also know that it's going to be probably pretty heavy based off of what I know from Kristen Hanna's writing. I read The Nightingale last year. And yeah, it was just incredible. Incredible story. It's just that it definitely takes like an emotional toll. She really does a great job of like putting you in the story where you feel like you're the one experiencing all the things that are happening. And within the historical fiction context, that's terrifying, horrifying, all of the things. So while I'm interested, I don't know if I will end up tackling it. I'm going to put it on my fall TBR anyway. I just don't know if I'll stick to that. But I guess we'll just have to see. But that's kind of my fall TBR, what I'm planning on. I don't know, just talking about these books is making me like really excited again. So, especially Accomplice the Villain. I will say, I know in my August TBR, within that video, I talked about starting the Ministry of Time, I think is what it was called. And I had that on Libby, like the hold on Libby. I ended up DNFing it. I feel like the writing style is very dreary, boring, kind of monotone. And it like was seeping into the characters then too, and I just couldn't find it in myself to really care what was going on. Everything was in grayscale. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like there was nothing like really shining and like catching my interest. So at one point I was just kind of fighting through it because I had said that I wanted to read it, And what's the point of doing that? Like, what's the point of fighting through this book? I already know that I'm not gonna like have a great time reading it. And I would say this is one that I might, in the future, if I'm really feeling it, pick it back up. It's pretty rare for me to re-pick up a DNF, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. So that one did not make it through. So, but that's all I've got for this fall vibe vlog. Thanks for coming around and decorating with me kind of haphazardly. I really didn't even have that many decorations now that I'm thinking about it. I think for some reason I thought I had more, but whatever. It's up. I didn't show you everything because the house is a mess, but yeah, let me know what you're reading this fall, what you think you want to tackle, and if it's any of these books, let me know, or if you've read them before, let me know your thoughts, but don't spoil anything for me. Okay? Make sure that you hit like and subscribe for this video. I'm trying to reach 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers on my channel before the end of the year. So you could help me do that if you subscribe right now. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!